Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 2 of our Federal Spring of 61 campaign in version 1.12. Now, last episode, we did fight 2 battles as I was doing my campaign setup. If you don't know what my campaign rules are for this game, I will put them in the description below if this is the first video you're seeing, or you can go back and watch the first video and catch up on everything. But, so as I said, we did fight the 2 battles, one here at Frederick, Maryland, and one here at Washington, D.C., as I did abandon everything else. Kentucky, Missouri, I've abandoned everything in the West, except for the northeastern and northern Midwest states. And they tried sneaking past us up towards Fredericks and Baltimore, which is how we stopped them in those 2 battles. But other than that, not much has happened besides the setup for the campaign thus far. But I did go through and recruit a lot of units here. I don't know if you all can see this, but there are 50,850 men going into Tradoc, which is my recruitment command I always set up. If anybody doesn't know what Tradoc is, that's actually the modern wording for training command in the U.S. military. That is the Training Indoctrination Command, or Training and Doctrine Command. And I have an infantry branch, a cavalry branch, and an artillery branch. So we're going to go through all these units. So once again, if you don't want to see this, these videos are chaptered, so you can skip ahead around to any part you would like. But I'm going to go through all the requested units here real fast. Not real fast, it's going to take a minute. I was able to recruit all requested units so far, except for one, as there were not enough soldiers available. And that should be corrected by the end of this episode or beginning of next, so they should be in by then. And if you would like a unit in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from. And when I say type of unit, I mean infantry, cavalry, artillery. What state it's from, the name of the unit, uniform coloration, and an officer in charge if you'd like one specified, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. Alright, first one up is actually my own unit, the Grandpa's Grunts, which is actually being led by Michael Corcoran, as I'm going to use my avatar to lead the invasion force of Texas once we have put it together. Next unit up is the Jan Zika Legion under Leopold Karpelis, and these are for Mikhail Janosek. I apologize if I butchered your name. Next up is the 79th New York Highlanders, under command of Sam Mackenzie Elliott, although everybody would know him as Sam Elliott, and I've found a matching mustache for his portrait up here. Yes, we're Messerschmitt 109. Jeremy Steed, your unit is the one I could not recruit quite yet. I should have it in by next episode. Next up is the 50th Iowa, the River Boys, for Josh Street. And they are led by Washington Elliott. Next up is the Bloody First from New York for Project Lest We Forget, led by Michael Rains. Next up is the Derby Hellfighters from New York also. These are for Ramshaw, and they are led by Samuel Zook. Next up is actually the Bloody Sabres. Oh, I got the wrong commander in charge there. All right, and they are led by Philip Sheridan. They are out of Wisconsin. And it's for Winchester, man. Next up are the Ohio Blue Jackets, out of obviously Ohio. They are led by Don Carlos Buell, and this is for Buckeye. Next up is the Viking Brigade under Colonel Hans Christian Hegg. And I gave you the wrong uniform colors. Let's fix that real fast. British red and sky blue. That looks pretty good. And that is for Jason Spade. Next up are the Raincoat Riders, under the command of George Stoneman Jr. They are for a rainy day today. And these guys actually had a little bit of backstory. Let me pull that up real fast. If you create a unit, you want to write a backstory for it, please be my guest. I will definitely read it off if you see the screen jumping around, because I had to go off screen to find this. The Raincoat Riders. The name was given to the brigade during their graduation ride through New York City, being the only brigade who wore raincoats on that extreme hot and sunny midday, though rain had been forecasted the same morning. Synnex Commander George Stoneman why they didn't take them off, and he replied, "The success of a battle is based on how well a unit is prepared. Why waste time on a change of clothes when you don't know what lies ahead of you?" The people standing on the sidewalks laughed and mocked him. 5 minutes later, dark clouds rolled in over the sky and heavy rain began to fall on the streets. I think that's a nice little story that you wrote up there. All right. Like I said, if you like to write a backstory or do diaretic entries for your brigades as you see them do something during the game, please put them in the comments, and I will definitely read them out during the episodes. I love stuff like that, just adding a little more flavor to the game. All right, next up are the 1st U.S. Regulars for Nathan Serma under command of Charles Stone. They are out of Maryland. And after that is the Yorkshire Yeomanry for Bremer's Ghost out of New York. Next up are the Midwest Raiders under Nathan Kimball out of Indiana for the one and only MDDI. Next up after them is the Bethlehem Steel for Joshua Nick of Skye. They are out of Pennsylvania and led by John Reynolds. Next up, and this is actually the only close support battery in my armies, when I requested the units, I don't think I wrote that rule down on the unit request post. So this will be the only close support battery in all of my armies that will be assigned to an infantry division. And this is the Liberty Bells for Grim Wolf out of Pennsylvania. They're in all white uniforms. It just looks gray on the screen here, but they show up white on the battlefield. Next up is the Lake Erie Rifles for Mr. Oates. They are out of Pennsylvania, black tops and bottoms. I went with the Zouave uniform because when I see rifles, I think of Zouave units in the Civil War. Next up are the Ozark Mountain Daredevils under Jim Dandy from Missouri, and they are for Randall Odell. After that, we have the 5th New York Volunteer Infantry under command of Abram Durye, and they are for Sasha, also out of New York. If anybody doesn't understand the abbreviation here, the NYV is New York Volunteer. You'd also see an NYVV. That goes for any state. The Volunteers were early war units, and they actually retained this designation throughout the war. Later on in the war, starting in 63 forward, when the 2-year enlistments came up and they're looking to get regiments to re-enlist en masse, they actually added an extra V to be veteran volunteers. And that was like an extra incentive for a unit to stay in the field by being designated as a more senior unit to everybody else and have that separate designation. Like the 5th New York ended up as an NYVV, the 69th New York was an NYVV. So they all became veteran volunteers at some point during the war. Next up, we have Blucher's Brigade, also from New York Infantry, and they're commanded by Hobart Ward. And these are for Ronnie Ronstar. And next up are the Black Hoof. For Cliff's Water, they're out of Pennsylvania, and they also had a little bit of a backstory here. Alright, Sullivan Gore is a coal supplier from Wheeling. He supplied coal to the iron mills in Pittsburgh. A flashy guy with money, but is well known to be a good shot. He established his own unit, the Black Hoof, after his favorite horse. Their specialty was sharpshooters. He spent his own money to outfit them with red uniforms. Oh, I gotta change the uniform. He wanted every enemy to know who they were fighting. I like that. Alright. So, because of the name, you didn't specify infantry cavalry. I gave them cavalry, but they turned them into sharpshooters easily enough with the Stormer's perk. There we go. And last but not least... Nope, not last. Still got a few more to go. Got a whole another page, another partial page here. A lot of units I recruited today. You have the Pennsylvania Regulars for Sean Zider, once again also out of Pennsylvania. And they are under command of George Blake. And after that, we have the Cape Cod Cavalry out of Massachusetts under command of Howard Burnham, and they are for Mad Marks. And finally, we have the Iowa Sodbusters, obviously out of Iowa, under George McCall. And they are for Howard Clegg. Right now, they're armed with 10-pounder parrots. I didn't have anything else available. As soon as I have them built, they will be getting 20 or 30-pounder parrots. I'm going to be getting the biggest guns I can give you. Same with the Liberty Bells. Right now, they have 12-pound howitzers. I'll be giving them either 24-pound howitzers or Napoleons as I produce them. I just don't have anything else available right now besides 6-pounders. And cavalry-wise, most of these units are all armed with mixed cavalry weapons, as I've not produced any cavalry weapons yet, as I've not bought the projects. But as soon as those weapons come online, they will be receiving them. So all these viewer units are going to be part of the Texas Invasion Force. And there's some units that you saw there I did not name off, and that's just because they are generic units, mostly batteries I recruit to fill out my 2 artillery divisions. And I'm probably going to end up recruiting a few more infantry brigades to fill out the 2nd Corps. Unless I get more requests in. And if you already gave me a request, I'm not going to accept a second request on this playthrough. There's plenty of other people who like units. They just haven't given me a request yet. I haven't seen the requests go up yet, so... As I stated, if you'd like a unit added to the armies, just let me know and I will plug it on in. Alright, I think that covers everything for right now. We're quickly coming up on the turn of the month, so I will be back with the July monthly. Alright, it's now July 1st, so it's time to go over the first monthlies of the game. So it's been a few months before now, but the game was just starting, so it really wasn't worth looking at it. So current rating of our nation is A+. We were AAA, but all that recruitment just drug us down, and we cut a bond right before the month turned over. So we owe $114 million right now with the one bond that we cut. Our economy cycle is expansion. Both of our population is below average and increasing compared to the previous month. Our tax revenues decreased by $11 million. That's because of all the money I spent. Just recruiting all those units. I only did that 3 days ago in game. Total export volume last month was 184 million out with 159 coming in, so we got to get a tariff running on that to start collecting on that money. Average core production over the last 3 months was 679 million, change of negative 85 million compared to the previous month. And our economy lacks iron, leather, livestock. No other overproductions noted. When we start seeing the shortages, we're never going to catch up on that. I've said it in previous campaigns. There's just no way to catch up on the shortages. It's a fool's errand. The only one we're going to get close on is iron. That's once we start improving some of the mines, which I'm saving up for. Come on with finance screen. We're spending 73 million more than we are bringing in. Once again, that was just the big drop that we had with recruiting all those units, so this should equalize out to a little bit of a lower amount of money, hopefully. But I'll slowly work the economy back into order as I get the military stuff that I need. You can see here, we just took a nice little dive there with the recruitment of troops. not as bad as Confederates have been doing. They've been doing some big nosedives on the money. All right, intelligence. According to our intelligence sources, the Confederate government is currently discussing the following policies: Militia Act 3. And they have completed the following projects: occupation administration, which is going to help with them taking control of states that we are not in. Their relations with Great Britain are at 20% right now, so that's not something I'm worried about at all. We're not putting any money into diplomacy, so maybe this will go up. I'd like to see the British and French enter on the side of the rebels, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. And look at that, because we went on a recruiting binge, so did the AI. They've actually recruited more troops than me, so they've recruited an estimated 60,000 men and have formed the Army of Northern Virginia and started building 12 more ships. But like I said, I abandoned sea lanes altogether, so I'm not worried about that. Morale Confederate Army is currently at 91% and change of -7 from the 2 defeats we just handed them. And they are carrying out offensive operations. All right, coming up, the strategy. National morale. We're at 87 to their 99, so our morale is just a little lower than theirs. So is our support. We're at 90 to their 96. Morale of our army is actually a little below theirs. We're at 89 to their 91, even though we just had the 2 victories. They do have a higher morale. Men fielded, they actually have us outnumbered right now by a little bit. We have 32,285 in the field, not counting what's in TRADOC and forming up, and they have 50,913. Tonnage, Navy tonnage, I'm not worried about. Not yet, anyway. Not until I start seeing some vast numbers come out of the Confederacy, I'm not worried about it. Military experience is even on. Battles won. We have 2 to their 1, so I don't know where they got the 1 from. Total casualties so far, we've taken 3,352 casualties, so they're 4,521. And economy, we're better than them, at least for now. All right, policies. We've completed everything down to Militia Act 3. We are actually currently working on the Tariff Act. As soon as this is done, I will come back down and start on Military 2. I kept saying Military 2 was needed for the core organization reform. That is not true anymore since the game updated. It's actually a project that you buy now. So there was no rush to get down to Military 2. This will just increase the level of funding we can give military projects now. So as soon as Tariff Act is done, we'll jump down to that and then back over to Militia Act 4 to increase the number of volunteers available to us. Projects, what do we have available? So we've taken 2 levels of administration reform. I have taken the Springfield rifles for the military. There's nothing else available here right now that I want. So we got to keep, and I also took Cavalry Reform 1, which allowed the larger cavalry brigades. Reform 2 will give us the batteries. Not really necessary for us. As of yet, I may form a straight cavalry corps in the future. I don't know. And if we do that, I will be taking that reform. Produce recruitment offices, but there are things that I want that we don't have available yet. Like we need to do command reform. So we got to save a little more money for that. Logistics reform is something that you absolutely need. I would like the medium range carbines or the Sharps project so I can start getting the Sharps carbines. So we still have some saving up of money to do. Also training manuals. This you need early on to get your troops some good training in while they're sitting around. I don't see anything happening for at least a month in game. I could be badly wrong about that, but at least a month in game. So I'll be back. All right, we do have an engagement coming up here. It's now July 13th. Formation of the 1st Corps. Coming along apace. 1 division's in the field right now. A 2nd division will be in the field in the next 6 days. And then, as the Veer units come into line, as they finish their training, they are being added to divisions. So the same list that I read off, that's not how they're being placed in divisions. As they become available, they'll be added into divisions. But besides that, we do have this engagement here just southwest of Frederick. So we're bringing 11,851 infantry and 15 guns under command of Patterson here. Going up against the Army of the Northwest under Hardee, bringing 15,528 infantry and 15 guns. So not a big numbers disparity, just a little under 4,000 man disparity there. So we should be fine on this one, though. Our readiness is still low, as I did recruit 2 more brigades into his, 1 or 2 brigades into his force to flush him out the 3 infantry divisions. That's neither here nor there, so I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, Maryland. So we are on the Sharpsburg map, the Antietam map, whichever name you would like to use for it, whether you're north or south of the Mason-Dixon. And we are defending Nicodemus Hill and the North Woods, basically what the rebels defended the last time we were on this map. So we got 3 engineer points. That's fine. Where are they coming in at? Down here. So they're entering the field somewhere. It's the exact opposite of how we fought it last time. They're entering the field where I entered last time. So for right now, what do I have on the field here? Okay, the other division is still forming up. So I got 2 infantry divisions and 2 batteries of artillery. So I'm going to spread myself a little bit here. The rebels are either going to come along this road here or this road here. So I do have to spread out a little bit because I do have some approach options. I want to hold them at the river because they do have numbers on me. So I am going to have to spread out probably too much. That plan's not going to work. I'm going to have to spread out too much to do that. Because they can come up this road, they come down this road, along this road. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crossing points. For want of 1 brigade. It's 0500, so they got all morning to approach us. You know, I'm going to risk the spread, since I should have the time to coalesce my brigades into any of the single crossing points, except down here. I can just keep an overwatch on this point, on these 3 crossing points here, while everything else is covered. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So it's going to be a little odd. Probably going to leave me very, very exposed by doing this, but I think it's worth the risk. So, get my troops in motion, get them set up, and I'll be back once we have contact with the rebels. Alright, it's now 0620. We do have our first sighting on the rebels, and it looks like they spotted the defensive works my troops were building and are now moving up this direction. So I'm going to start shifting my soldiers accordingly. I just need the 1 extra brigade up here. Should move Negley because he's part of this division, but he's still working on these works down here, so I'm going to leave him be. Just need these guys to stop building what they are. Yep, they already did. Perfect. So I can start shifting them up this way. Looks like it'll be a few minutes still before any action starts. Shift you boys. 10-pound howitzers. I kind of want you up here on the high ground. Pounders, you can actually. No, I'm going to put you in front of the firing. Put you right there for now until the other infantry comes up. Now you're going to avoid this crossing point or go for the fort that's over here? That is the question. Thomas, move a minute double time, please. Looks like they're going for this crossing. Big problem with this army is the last two battles were fought by the Army of Northeastern Virginia. This is the Department of Pennsylvania's first battle, so they're already going up against experienced troops, so I might have an issue. Might not also, but I'm probably looking at an issue. Williams, you're going to a good spot. Yeah. Shift you a little more like this. I don't know what's going on, but the graphics on the river look a little messed up to me on the Antietam Creek River. A little more than usual. Something else I noticed, even though I haven't unlocked the project yet, I'm actually able to promote a federal commander up to lieutenant general. I won't do that until I have the project unlocked, so that's a glitch somewhere in the system. Looks like it'll be a few minutes still, so I'll be back. Right, it's 07:10, and I do have 3 brigades now stacked up at the ford. I left 1 back here as they were still building breastworks to let them get that experience points. Looks like they are finished. So I'll just move you back here as a reserve. And I had left Negley's brigade south of here. And it's a good thing I did, as it looks like the rebels are looking to cross at this bridge also. So I redirected Churchill's brigade to support. Rebel AI does not like what it sees at any one of these points. At the double, please get on your positions and your flank open to fire. Haven't seen artillery yet, but I hear them right there. Looks like they took a separate road. Nope, they're on the same road. Oh, and they crossed south of me. Look at that. They sent somebody south of me. Virginia Brigade. All right, Churchill. Take the road and see if we can't get on these heights before they show up. These guys aren't firing yet, so they probably do not have good weapons. Pulling Churchill away from the bridge is probably going to give me issues. If I got that brigade behind me, I got to take care of. They have more maneuver elements than I do. It looks like it was only that 1 brigade so far. A little bit, get that weight of fire added in. Now it's just a bit closer. They're just lying down taking the fire, so I'm not worried about up there. Over here could be an issue. 100 men to my 2,900. We should see them off without an issue, hopefully. These guys got cover also. That's going to be a problem. Guys gonna, yeah, they're going right past us for the objective. You know what? I can ignore that. I can straight up ignore that. Get down here. They're just going to go for the objective. I am not worried about it. You can take care of them at our leisure. You guys going for my guns? They're going for my guns, or they're trying to march past me. I don't know which. This battery's going to get wiped. Nope. All right. Perfect. Can halt. Target that battery. Actually, push out some skirmishers. You can take them on from across the creek. Negley broke already. Like I said, this is our first battle with this force, so they do not have any type of staying power for the most part. Up here we're fine because we do have the overwhelming. Why did you guys cross the stream? Why is this brigade getting ready to break also? Oh, 2,600 men. This was a fresh brigade also. Okay. They just had a numbers on us. Now they're paying attention to the skirmishers and nobody else, so that works for me. Let's see, where's Lee's brigade? Where's his dust trail? Not seeing a dust trail. Alright. Start heading over to Northwood. See if we can't find him. This guy's just laid down, so the skirmisher's out. Skirmishers can't even see them. There they are. You guys play with the skirmishers for a few minutes. Better get some leveling done. You're getting leveling because they're inside canister range. Skirms. Got fresh brigade coming in. Hills Brigade, 850 men. Yep, if anybody's wondering what today's battle brew is, it is Johnny Walker Black Label. First of all, I didn't do too bad. Trying to pull back their battery. Haven't done any damage to it yet, though. If they just want to sit there, I'll let them sit there. Problem is, they're just going to shove around Churchill, and there's nothing I can do about it. All we can do is delay them and cause some damage. Signing on Lee yet? No. I want to put you down the creek itself. I want you above it. Damn it. Give me some skirmishers. I just want to try and cause some casualties here while they're just sitting there. And Wincoop should run into Lee at some point, unless he's running up to Nicodemus Hill. Northwoods is worth the points. Are you boys idle? Churchill's hanging in better than I thought he would. They're not really facing him, though, to shoot, so the whole brigade's not firing, really. Doing some good work for me, Churchill. Too bad I can't promote you. You're a brigadier. Oh, there's a detachment in charge of those guns now, so we saw off the battery itself. And Churchill's getting ready to break. Rally the men, please, if you can. Oh, it says the morale's stable. Alright. One brigade, another one's getting ready to break. Bill's brigade, who's this? Why? It's another full-strength brigade. Guess these guys are marching at us backwards because we got them showing us hitting in their rear. I don't see Lee's brigade, wherever the hell he went off to. It's just a staring match. Where the hell? Now I'm worried. I don't know where the hell this brigade went off to. They were going up this way, but I don't see anything telling me where the hell they are. Not even a dust trail. Coop, come down this way and kick out some skirmishers. See if we can't scout these boys out. I'm going to have to give this brigade a name so I find out what state it's from. So you're doing some good work for us. Alright, Negley's reforming. He's probably going to get defanged because of this crap. Casualty-wise, we've done 1,000 more to them than they have to us, so I'm happy with that. There you are. Cutting cross country, that's why I couldn't find you. Coop. I'm gonna fight them down here where they have cover of the woods. So fall back to Nicodemus Hill here, the woods just off of it. Skirmishers, go engage. Negley, we're going to have you come here. Williams, we're going to start. First off, let's put you on short range so we don't engage these guys across the river and have you come down the road here to support Churchill. Your division commander's down by Churchill, too. One good thing is we do have the heights compared to Wise's brigade, so we're dishing out more casualties than he is, thankfully. I think another brigade down there should see them off, then we'll push off these boys up here. Who's dead? Churchill has been killed. That's not good. Get those short-range orders yet? They're about to arrive. They want to give advance orders. Suppose I was actually even able to issue advance orders back onto your works. It sounds like the skirmishers have engaged back here. Yep. Why the hell would you march back through the field? Whatever. Commander's call. With their brigade commander being dead, these guys are still hanging in pretty good. Morale is still confident. Even with their commander dead, morale is confident. They are starting to take casualties. You shouldn't be getting this. Oh, that's a rider going for these guys. Goes to their last position. Let's get back at long range. Oh, they backed off, did they? Marching calm at this point. Let me send those orders again. I guess the way this brigade's like all spread out is not taking the casualties it should be. I think we're going to start pushing across Antietam Creek here to take them on. I'm getting tired of this waiting game. Skirmishers have been seen in. Now are they going to come this way or head towards North Woods? I can't even order them into marching column. Come on. Are you guys going to try and come across? Please tell me you are. Yes, they're finally trying to force their issue. Pretty good. Nope, maybe not. Come on. Likely pushing a little closer. And I think Lee is just hanging out here. He actually did more damage to my skirmishers than I did to him. Take out some more skirmishers. That's why I don't really care for skirmishers. At least when I use them, I always seem to take an inordinate amount of casualties in my skirmishers compared to what the AI takes. Taking casualties because they're in cover, but as long as they're facing Thomas, their flanks in the air also. I really don't want to pull them back, but I think I have to. Yeah, his division commander's down here. I got the divisions all messed up right now. Neckley should have been down here by now. I think this is just going to be a bloody fight because, yeah, we're over 1,000. They're at 2,200. It's 14% of their force. We just got to bleed them. I feel like there's going to be a battle where we just have to bleed them out. Let's get into those woods right there. Maybe we can get them out in the open and snipe them at range. Not really with muskets, but we could try. Leave your men at the double, please. Should have been here already. I don't know why they're not marching on the road. Battery over here. I think I allowed them too much time to recover. I should have pushed across either here or down south when those other brigades were broken. I know I issued long-range orders to this brigade. Yeah, this brigade's getting hammered now. There's a double, please, gentlemen. And they actually have my skirmishers outranged. Okay, these guys probably got Mississippi's then. That's going to be an issue when they close in with Windcoop. We should have forced the issue before they had the chance to. That's my mess up. Goes Churchill's brigade. Damn it. Right as Williams is arriving. Advance onto that wall, please. And at the double. These guys should be taking Canister in their flank. Yeah, we could force it up here. Once one of these brigades break, we could charge out the other and then go secure the southern approach. There we go. Negley, bayonets. Let's go. Sumner. Same thing. Ready to break. Take them down, boys. There they go. Sumner, you come this way. Negley, across the river, please. Ah, crap, and he broke. Trees with you here. Something right there. Windcoop, how we looking? Skirmishers are in. Only done 45 casualties to them so far to our 51. So my skirmishers really are not having that great of an effect. Their brigade is larger. Double, please. I really should have forced this when I had the chance and decided to take it slow and steady. Your order should have changed. You shouldn't be marching here and then coming back again. Those orders should have changed already. That's a glitch. Doesn't look like they're looking to push either. Limbered. They should have auto-limbered. This is something, yeah, so these guys are marching in line formation, not road formation, so things are not working correctly. Alright, looks like the skirmishers are having a better effect now. I'm going to send one more set out before they close in. So hopefully Churchill's brigade reforms, but they have lost all their resilience for the day. You guys have a nice view from right there. I'm a little amazed by that. Wow. It's a nice range fan. Marines shouldn't have any guns. His men are broken. Yeah. Don't engage them. Let's see if we can't break that bad. What's left of them. Set up your guns right there. Yeah, there's glitches going on. They shouldn't be marching like this. They're marching in combat order, but there's nobody near them. Right there they go. Take out Jackson's battery now, please. Oh, yeah, they got us way outrange. Skirmishers out. Infantry down. Boys on limber. And there went my battery. Too many casualties. Here we go. Get these boys back in the fight. Fire well, very good. No, counter battery and take down Longstreet's battery. Stay on them. Don't let them reform. And we have them just about broken. We're almost there. Actually, we just moved into major victory range. I just got to keep my casualties down. I got to stay below 18% for the major victory. So we're almost there. And there they go. They are retreating. Very good. You pull back from there. Just speed this along as much as we can. And now they're coming at it. You're supposed to be retreating, not attacking, buddies. Come on. Put that on play, otherwise it's not going to go out correctly. You know what? You boys halt right there. I'm not doing casualties on the rebels when we're playing as a union, but right now they're coming right at our troops, so we might as well take advantage of that. See, I'm lying down in the woods, and they can see me. Oh, my guys aren't lying down now. I guarantee you're going to keep visual on me but when they do this to me, I can't keep visual. Can I retreat these guys? No, I cannot. All right. They got to sit there and take it. You'd think the AI would be trying to avoid a fight right now, trying to retain their numbers. Outside of what's going on up at Nicodemus Hill, that should be it. So let's speed this along. Well, I could have done better on this one, I'll admit. I really could have. When I had those, 2 or 3 brigades broken and just sitting across the river, I should have forced the issue at that point. I probably would have won it with a lot fewer casualties on my force. So we took down 3,700 of their 15,000 infantry. We got 15 of their 20 guns, for a total loss of 3,800 of their 15,000 men. We lost 2,187 of our 11,849 infantry, 7 of our 15 guns, total loss of 2,226 of our 12,065 men. Now the 7 guns we lost we do get back because that was just a battery that broke and they're going to reform anyway. That battle. Right, we're not going to go through the separate troop numbers. We're just going to take a look. We lost Churchill killed in action, but I do have to give his brigade a name because they hung on the longest. I want to see if we took down any of their forces or any of their officers. He's fine. We wounded Bonham. Wounded Rains. And that's it. So we lost 1 officer dead. They lost 2 wounded. Not a very good trade-off, but it is what it is. I will see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at the Battle of Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. The Army Northwest is retreating in panic. The Army reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,808 men. There are 533 killed and 702 captured. Our casualties total 2,226 men, with 321 killed, 399 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 2,288 rifles and 8 guns from the field and sent 715 soldiers off to our prison camps. Now, Captain Griffin became famous, and sadly, Brigadier General Churchill was defamed. I do not agree with that at all. His brigade did the best, and that brigade is going to get in the name. So, because he was killed in action, and I don't think he deserves a defaming, I'm going to name that brigade Churchill's Iron. I think that would be a fitting name for it. I'm sorry you were defamed, Churchill. You actually did the best of all the commanders. That's a Pennsylvania brigade. New commander. How are you? I don't know what happened, but there's a few commanders that are already defamed. I don't understand why. All right, Heinzelman. Looks like you got the job. All right, we're going to keep this episode rolling. As I said, the First Corps is now forming up under my avatar. Yep. I know, hubris. 1 day away from transfer, 5 days away from transferring. The TRADOC is up north of here, so it does take days for them to transfer in. So right now, the 1st Infantry Division, so it's going to be First Corps, it's going to have the 1st or 3rd Infantry Divisions, 1st Artillery Division, 1st Cav Division. 2nd Corps will have 4th through 6th Infantry Divisions with the 2nd Artillery and 2nd Cav Divisions. So right now, 1st Infantry Division under Philip St. George Cook has my Grunts under Cochran, the Janzika Legion, and the 79th New York Highlanders. There was no rhyme or reason. It's just as brigades were ready to go, they went into the division. 2nd Division right now has the Bloody First as its 1st brigade, and there'll be 2 more brigades arriving in 5 days, I believe. Or 2 more brigades will be trained in 5 days, probably another 5 days from the transfer in. As soon as I have 3 infantry divisions ready to go, this force will be transferring down into Texas. Or as soon as my readiness is high enough. So we're not going to be able to do anything this campaign season. They probably will not be down there until September. So I'm going to shift my rules a little bit. So where I said I couldn't campaign outside of Texas before 1861 ended, I'm not going to be able to campaign outside of Texas until 1862. Indian territories, Arkansas, Louisiana, all the western territories, that all opens up in 63. East of the Mississippi opens up in 64. So I'm shifting everything to the right by 1 year. On my rules. So I thought I would have my troops formed up and trained a little sooner than I did. And I actually got them out there as fast as possible too, so my math was a little off on setting those ground rules. So I won't be able to leave Texas until 62, the western states until 63, and across the Mississippi until 64. So just a little bit of a change there, not much of one. All right, like I said, we're going to keep this episode going. So I'll see you at the next major incident. Alright, it's now July 29th, and we do have our next engagement coming up. Once again with the Department of Pennsylvania. And it is against Hampton's Corps, Army of the Maryland, which is actually under command of Jeb Stuart, of all people. But this is not a fight that we can take. Normally you'd see me go, yeah, we're taking this fight, but we got 10,790 infantry and 8 guns against 21,438 infantry, 2,391 cavalry, and 23 guns. So this is not a fight that we can win. So we're immediately going to withdraw out of this. And I'm going to start shifting the Army of Northern Virginia up in their direction. So we're going to take this fight, but only once the Army of Northern Virginia is in the area. And it still won't give us comparable numbers. But it'll bring us close. Third perk. Actually, that works. So they're retreating to here. We're moving to Frederick. Hopefully we can get up there before they try to re-engage again. I was just building a supply depot here to help our readiness levels. Looks like we got to give that up. They're at 24,000 going up to 30,000. Oh, so just a little bit of an update there as rebels are trying to push on us. It's like I did a huge recruitment push. They did a huge recruitment push, and they are pushing their soldiers at us. The first corps is forming up. I'm not going to go through it right now, as I'm still waiting for a few more brigades and batteries to finish recruiting. And then we'll go through those. So am I fighting this battle this episode or not? Because we're coming up on August. I'd like to, if anybody follows my series from previous, I'd like to open my episodes with the monthlies. Okay, we're going to fight this one this episode. Here we go. Wait, why did we retreat? We're eager. We have eager morale. Why did we pull back? What the hell just happened there? Radius is not low. Why did we just pull back? On offensive. What the hell just happened? Full green readiness. We have eager morale. Alright, it's now August 1st, but we gotta take care of this before they take Frederick. This is not... I'm not playing this game. There's no reason we should have retreated. Much longer till your reinforcements arrive. I'm waiting on 1 brigade. 11 more days. Well, you should have more men than that. Ooh, I gotta send some of these brigades home. Because their enlistments came up. Ooh. I thought I had more men in this force. A lot of these... Connecticut, Ohio, New York. Michigan. So I can combine the 2 New York brigades. Do that right now. I only brought them up to 1,200 men. Do another brigade. Connecticut's only got 3,700 men available. Delaware's got 1,100. Recruit you 11,000 men in Illinois, so we'll recruit you in Illinois brigade. That's going to take a while to get in. Yeah, 41 days. Read you to Springfield muskets. I do have rifles available, just not enough to even issue out to 1 division as they all went to the viewer units. But I'm not letting them take Frederick. 11,000 men, 13,000, 23,000, almost 24,000. So we're about even on. Come on, McDowell, get your men moving. They're about to take Frederick. And they took Frederick. Okay, I have no idea what the hell just happened there. And I'm not even getting a message on why they retreated. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to end this episode right here because obviously there's a glitch going on right now. Maybe the game updated again and I didn't see it. But that should not be happening. We're full green, eager morale. We should be fighting. So, yeah, we'll end this episode here. But once again, I am still recruiting viewer units. I'll be recruiting throughout the campaign series up until we're in the end game for the series. So if you have not requested a unit already, make sure you request a unit. All I ask is that you be subscribed. You don't have to be a member of the channel. There is no paywall on unit recruitments, but you're only allowed the one unit. So just let me know. Type a unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers. I'll oblige you on all counts if possible. Once again, I'm not buying any foreign weapons. I'm only using domestically produced weapons. So there's going to be no Enfields, no Whitworths, nothing like that. It's got to be, I got to be able to produce it to issue to the men. Just one of the rules for this campaign. Like I said, all I ask is that you be subscribed to the channel. That's it. You don't have to be a member, nothing else. So, and I'm still looking for units. I need more infantry. I need more artillery. I'm going to recruit them no matter what, but I'd rather have somebody request a unit so I have a good name for it. You have a unit to follow around on the battlefield. And we'll see where they end up in the army. So, like I said, we'll end this one here. I hope you all enjoyed the episode so far. This battle for this episode was a bit boring, a little dragged out. I do apologize for that. And I probably could have pushed it to an end sooner. But I should be keeping it going with this battle. But McDowell does not want to fight. I think it might be a glitch because it's not even giving me a message that he's withdrawing from the fight. So I got to go verify the files of the game before I continue on. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so that the next video comes out. And if you are one of my viewers who's a returning viewer and is not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Still seeing about 60% of viewers who watch my videos are just not subscribed. I know I'm guilty of that myself. Very guilty of it. I'll find a channel I like, I'll watch a few videos, and then they disappear off my feed because I never subscribed to them. It's just YouTube showed them to me because I liked them, and then they take it away because I didn't subscribe. So if you're one of those people, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all at the next episode on Friday. Stay grumpy.